Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
Hello.
With So Much Love.
With E&O.
E&O.
You like that name?
The name of the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
I think it fits us.
I feel like you're so filled with love. I'm trying to be
You're
more
very
like
filled
you.
with love. Yes.
So, a friend of mine said this a long time ago. My man, Corey Bell, whom I've known for how many years now?
Forever.
I mean,
25 years.
Love this man so much. One time this is when we were leading young adults in Austin.
We used to be young adult pastors,
Yeah.
for those that you don't know that.
And you had these guys.
It was called college and career back then.
It was.
But really, it was young adults.
And you had him and a couple of other of my friends basically take over the service a little bit or a piece of it just to, honor me.
Yeah.
And I never forget this. This was so kind. He goes, Earl, everyone appreciates real love.
Oh, a little acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an
Is that
acrostic.
acronym?
Or
I don't know.
acrostic, I'm not sure.
What's an acronym?
I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
Maybe Cash can tell us the difference
Between
the two. Acronym and an acrostic.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I would be pretending if I
What are those poems? That made me think of those
Oh,
poems that our
don't
kids
do
used
it,
to do.
honey. Don't
You
do
know
it.
what I'm talking
We're going to
about?
start looking foolish to people.
But you know I'm talking about those poems that it's like 3 words and a...
Yes, the ones that Grayson was doing called what is it called?
Where are we forgetting those? Haiku. Yes, thank you, Crystal.
What is it?
Haiku.
Haiku. That's exactly
yes,
right.
haiku.
Taiku?
Well, I was
No,
thinking
it's haiku.
haiku, acrostic. What's that other word that you said?
Acronym?
Acronym.
Yeah, we got a lot
We
here.
got up early this
What's the
morning.
difference between an acronym and an acrostic? Acronym is the one word. One word means multiple things. And also creates a word.
Okay. So none of them. So what's Earl? EARL, that thing that you just.
It's both. It's acronym. Acronym. Okay.
Okay. It's kind of like Pat. It could be a girl or a boy. It's
What?
one word with multiple meanings.
What?
A word that means 2 things.
It's not the same. What you're talking about is
Well,
not
I'm
the
not
same.
talking about that, but I'm just talking about, yeah.
You mean from Saturday Night Live?
No, not from Saturday Night
okay.
Live. I just meant like Pat is a name that can be a girl name or
Oh,
a
I
boy
got
name.
you. Yep.
And
Like the
Crystal
name
said,
Earl.
Yeah, Crystal. No, but we
Well, I
have a
can't-
friend, Earlina.
Yeah, that's not Earl though.
No,
but it
it's
is
not.
Earlina.
But Earl
yeah.
is in it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
Can Onika be a guy's name?
No, it's the.
What's up, Onika? Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't really work like that.
No, it doesn't work.
But Big O is a great nickname.
Is that from college? Yeah, that's
yes.
from college.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big O. That's
Kinda
Onika's.
just stuck.
That's Onika's nickname, Big O.
Yep.
Which is about your heart. Again, going back to love, that's who
Okay.
you are. Now, question for you as we jump
Yes.
into today's podcast.
Let's go.
I've been thinking about this a little bit. Been thinking about the idea of how a person wants to become better.
Yeah.
Marriage wants to be better.
Sure.
A father wants to be a
Yes.
better father. A mother
Fit,
wants to be a
like
better
getting
mother.
fit.
Yep, that's another one.
Yeah.
You want your
Get more
physical
muscles.
body
Yeah.
to be better.
Yeah.
Shoot, professionally, you want to be better.
Yes. Parents.
Yes.
Career.
And then definitely people who are listening to this, the spiritual aspect.
For sure.
I want to be better.
We
I
wanna
want to
grow.
be better, not like necessarily more perfect, but just grow in my
Yes.
walk with God.
Yeah.
I would put it this way. I want to look more like Christ. I want
Love
to talk
it.
more like him,
Mhm.
love more like him, lead more like him.
Yes.
And there's always a gap between where I am and where I want to go. So
Always.
everyone who is hearing this, I know I feel this. There's areas of my life, probably every area of my life, there's a gap. I don't know
Right.
one area of my life right now where I'm like, yep.
I got it all figured out.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want it to be.
I'm the professor of this.
Yeah, and it can be really daunting.
Call me Dr. Marriage.
Well, some people feel that.
Yeah.
I don't feel that with our
Mhm.
marriage, as great as it is and as
Yeah.
healthy as it is.
Mhm.
I still feel like there's room for us to grow,
course. Yeah.
and even in my own spiritual life. I know I'm a pastor. I feel like I have not yet arrived. The closer I get to Jesus, the more I'm in awe of, one, that he even picked me, that he knows me, that he loves
Right.
me, that he saved me, but also, whoa, the many facets of who God
Yeah.
is and his
Mhm.
character and his
Kindness, his mercy,
I-
his
it
grace,
just-
his strength.
it's unfathomable
faithfulness.
how amazing
Yeah.
God is. And the closer I get, the more I realize that
Yeah.
he's just more than I could ever possibly comprehend.
Exactly.
I feel that obviously not the same exact way with you in marriage. You know, we've been married now these 20 whatever years, pushing 30 years, and which sounds crazy saying that as a full grown adult. But I'm like, oh, I don't want to put my wife in a box. I still am learning more. She's still growing. I'm still growing. But really, in particular, that piece of I'm at a spot, but I'm not where I want to be.
Right.
How do I close that gap? How do I close that gap in any area of my life? I think there are some transferable principles in whether it's professionally, academically, spiritually, in all these. I think there's some things that are transferable, and I have not thought through what those are. But I was thinking through that gap. I was just thinking through that. And a lot of people that are listening to this right now might be like, man, my single life, there's a gap. You know, my marriage, there's a gap. So what would you say? How do you close that gap?
I think what's interesting is sometimes the thing that we want to get better at, we do things that then dumb us down so then we can't get better at it. So, for instance, like in marriage, if you want to get better at marriage, I think sometimes we watch unhealthy movies that don't have like positive themes.
That's interesting.
Positive content. And then that kind of gets imprinted on our minds, and it's not causing us to grow.
So you're almost sabotaging yourself.
Well, I think you'd have a disconnect in your everyday, within your everyday getting you to who you want to be. So I want to be more in love with Jesus. I want to be on fire for him. I want to be faithful. I want my life to live for his glory. I want to build his kingdom. I want to lay my life down. But then I'm on TikTok for like 16 hours.
And everything I'm consuming is not that.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So I think there's a disconnect. It's almost like the disconnect we see with even parents of like, the kids become the idol of your life.
Oh, but you're saying, I want a kid that's independent, strong,
that's
confident,
change the world, that's going to be a leader. But then
you're building a life that's perfect for your kid. You're building a life where they have no problems. You're building a life where they're always comfortable. You're building a life that everything caters to them. So where are they going to become who you're wanting them to be if everything is this easy for them?
Right.
Oh, that's a bar. Remember when Parker had his first birthday party, honey?
Yes, I do. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yep. And every time he got a gift, he's 1 year old. All right. We had a cowboy theme. Remember that?
Yes. Not Cowboys the team.
No.
Cowboy, like cowboy boots, cowboy hats. Yeah.
And he's sitting there in that little leather chair that my mom got him for his first birthday. A little, what was it?
It was in the shape of a baseball glove.
Baseball glove. He's sitting there in that chair, and everyone that would hand him a gift, he would go, ooh. Yeah. Even though he didn't know what it was. He would go, ooh. And we just were smiling and laughing so much. That's how I feel with what you just shared.
Okay.
Ooh is so good because I'm talking about the gap, and everyone's probably hearing this going, yeah, I want to get through that gap. I want to get through that gap. And then you go, oh, shoot. Do I really want to get through it?
Right.
Or am I just talking?
Right.
Because my behavior may actually be counterproductive to where I'm wanting to go.
We want that life. We want to raise up leaders. We want to have the successful career or the successful marriage. But sometimes we don't want to do what it takes to get that. And we don't implement it into our daily health habits, lifestyle, things we consume. For sure.
So Jesus is walking by some of for sure. I know I am. You're talking right now. I'm like, dang, I'm like,
I want to be fit and strong, but we had those brown butter cookies last night. Yeah, exactly. So there's no judgment.
No judgment at all.
Yeah.
With Jesus, seeing a couple of brothers in a boat, they're working alongside their dad. They're in the family business, and he says, "Hey, come follow me.
Right.
I'm gonna make you a fisher of people."
Right. And I think if that would have happened today, then they would have said, well, is he going to use me? Is this just for him to build his kingdom? What's my family going to think? And then my family would have been like, you should have boundaries. Who's this Jesus person? Like, can you trust him? Did you hear that story about that other person that invited those other people to jump on a journey? Like, I feel like it would play out so different today. I think because we've seen too much. I feel like that's impacted our ability to like take the risk. Because
I
now
think
we
this
count the
new
cost.
hair has given you new fire.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
the new hair is on point first and foremost.
Thanks, babe.
Secondly, the new hair must have come with a fresh anointing because you're over here spitting bars right now.
Well, Thank you for that encouragement.
Give me some of that hair. I need some of that hair immediately.
You're a mess. But yeah, that I think if that were to play out today, they would say like, you're trying to take advantage of me. That's what they would say. Like today.
What's my day off?
Exactly. What's it going to cost me? And then you start adding up. Wait, you want me to go feed? You want me to go feed the multitudes?
Wait, where are you going?
Exactly.
What time do I get there? Yeah. What time do I get to leave?
Yes.
Whoa.
My friends need to know my location. So I'm going to need you to tell me the next 3 weeks itinerary, Jesus, where we're going to be, who we're going to heal. Will there be doctors involved? Like, when's the healing going to take place? How's the healing going to take place? It's going to be indoors or outdoors. I need to know that because I need to have my indoor time and my out.
And what's your strategy, Jesus, to make all this happen?
And what are your measurables?
And how does this impact me?
Exactly. And when do I get paid? That's how it would have played out today.
That's how it would have played out today.
Yeah.
Some of those questions are legitimate questions in the course of life and a job and a business, yada, yada.
Yes.
Well, of course, we recognize that.
Exactly.
That's not what we're talking about
here.
But
it's almost like, those people that their job is risk assessment.
Yeah.
You see them in movies where their job is to like calculate everything.
That was the guy in Paddington.
Yes, exactly.
The dad.
But just because you calculate, I think it's good to count the cost in terms of, I'm going to take this job. What does this mean? And no one's saying give up your family. No one's saying like you always say burn out. No one's saying like let people take advantage of you. That's kind of a given.
We know that.
But I think because we've had so many people that have like been assessors who've like assessed everything, that then you don't assess to not risk. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think you assess and then you end up, people talk themselves out of growing. Because you spent so much time assessing and then you talk yourself out of what it's actually going to take to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
this new hair is on point right now.
Like I would love to have like an 8-pack. I really would. Like I really would. That'd be so cool to just like be like cat. Like I do not have an 8-pack, that's my cup. That's my cross to bear. You have like a 24-pack.
You look good.
I love
number one, I don't know who you're gonna be showing your 8-pack to.
I don't know how much I'd be the only
one seeing it.
How many packs can you have? Can you have? How many have you ever heard of? Like
you have all the packs that you need. Let me tell you that right now. I love every pack.
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes, you are.
And God loves me and you love me, and I'm so thankful.
I start getting weird.
But like,
yes, you are.
That's weird. But say like that'd be so cool to have like an 8-pack or a 12-pack or even a 6-pack or a 4-pack. I think I have a half-pack.
I got a 1-pack.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
You're like
I'm fine with it.
Fit as a fiddle.
Okay. I don't think that's a compliment, but I've heard it before.
What?
Fiddle. I don't know.
I don't even know what that came from.
Yeah.
I don't even know. How's a fiddle fit?
I don't know. Cash, look that up. Where did that saying come from?
Fit as a fiddle. Yeah. But I honestly, and don't judge me, the people that are like extreme health and nutrition people.
Okay.
But I personally I don't want to do what it takes. I don't. Okay. Is that bad to say? Like,
you know what?
I don't want to.
I respect that.
Yeah. I don't want to just eat egg whites every day.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, some people have that's in them.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to eat egg whites all day.
Yep.
And protein shakes all day.
Yep.
And calorie deficit daily.
Yep.
And that's how they keep their abs.
That's right.
I don't want to do that. Like, that doesn't sound fun to me.
That is
that's
so good.
So I counted the cost.
So you're like,
and I'm like, that's my risk assessment.
If it's going to take this, I'm not willing to pay that.
Yeah, I'm not willing. It's the price I'm not willing to pay. But I celebrate other people who they're like, you go with your egg whites. You go.
Yeah. That's
yeah, I like egg whites, but I don't want to have egg whites every single meal.
No, that's
yeah. Give me a piece of
real.
Sourdough bread with some butter.
I want to have a great marriage. I want to have.
So I'm telling on myself.
Parent. No, that's good
because I'm guilty. We're all guilty of those things that we have those desires, but then we take the assessment. We're like, I'm not willing to do that. Yeah.
Fit as a fiddle.
Dates back from
1600s England.
Wow. Interesting.
I don't know. All right. So it's random how it came about.
Random. Yeah.
But thank you for saying that
Your
about
body's
me.
like a violin. That's funny. I'm just cracking myself up over here.
Onika has been doing that since we were, basically in college.
What, making
when
my
I first
own
met
self
you.
laugh?
Yeah, when you say a joke and then you bust out laughing at your own joke.
That's kind of funny.
I respect it though.
Thank you. I am a funny McClellan, but anyways,
You are for sure.
I know I'm not the funniest, you say, and I'm not the fastest. I know.
Do you want to talk about
I
the
don't
race?
want to go there. No, because I've been shamed and hazed ever since we brought up this conversation in previous episodes.
Just for the record, I brought up to our children, probably with the sons. Elle was not there for this conversation. And I said, hey, guys, Mom said she can beat me in a race. You should have seen the look on our sons' faces when I said that.
I know.
They were like, wait, what? And you still kind of in the back of your brain are still like, I think I can, which is really, really funny.
I know.
And I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Then Grayson.
Not distance, just sprints.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now you're clarifying. It's like, oh, yeah. It's actually
not like 3 miles.
No, not 3 miles, but like a 50-yard dash.
Yeah.
20 yards.
So we were talking about getting better.
Yes.
Counting the cost, but still taking the risk. Thank God we didn't count the cost when we started this church. Well, we wouldn't even have a church.
There's a level.
I mean, the church would just have stayed
if we knew.
I'm glad we didn't do a risk assessment.
Would actually cost.
I'm glad we didn't read a manual.
No way.
I'm glad we didn't listen to other people's horror stories.
I do not think. And again, my life, Lord, I want to live for your glory. My life is not about me. It is about you. The Lord did not make it clear.
Right. There was
that it was
no
going
clarity.
to cost.
No, I'm glad.
It was just, here's the call.
Yep.
You in or out.
Exactly.
And we did not get to have a sit down, sign a contract, talk through the fine
print. These are the hours. This is the pay.
There was none of that.
Yeah.
There was,
this is the
are
relocation
you saying
package.
yes?
Yeah.
Are you saying no?
Are you going to get in the boat or are you not?
Exactly.
You know, are you going to get on the boat with me or not?
So now you look back and you go, you better be called.
Yeah.
You better make sure you heard from the Lord.
Exactly.
Because this was real. What a blessing.
Yeah.
What an honor.
It's
humbling.
No joke.
I mean, I cannot believe we even have the privilege to serve God's sons and daughters and to be, a voice that to speak into people's lives on behalf of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The job is impossible.
It is.
I cannot perfectly ever speak on behalf of God.
Right.
I'm just trying to be the best reflection of his glory that I possibly can be, which is, that's where we're like the moon, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have any light in and of ourselves. Right. We only reflect light with the craters that we have in and of ourselves. But with that being said, had we known.
Right.
What?
Yeah. So I'm glad we didn't know.
I'm glad we didn't know.
But I'm so glad.
I thought I knew.
Yeah,
kind of thought I knew because you're looking at somebody else's life and you go,
I can do that.
I can do that.
I've been around enough. I've been exposed to enough.
It's like if you babysit kids, you're like, I've been great with kids.
Yeah.
I got kids. I'm ready to go. I've been around kids my whole life. This is going to be easy.
Yeah.
And then you have them, you go, there's just things I had no idea went into being a parent. There's an emotional, mental, even physical, spiritual aspect to being a parent that is a weight that is not a burden, but it's just a different weight that you have to carry. And you got to step into it, which some people run from it, right? Some people are like, I'm choosing not to do this, which is that's not what we're supposed to do. Because if you have the child, then God will give you the grace to raise the child.
Or the marriage, or the business.
Whatever it is God calls you to, he'll give you the grace for it. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel the weight of it.
Right.
So we have felt some of that weight for sure. But you just continue to yield your life to Christ, right? And say, God, have your way.
And I feel like we can't go into life, which we've been seeing a lot of this, building a weight-free life. Like a life where you just have,
it's my soft life era. I've heard this stuff.
And everyone's kind of recreating their life to be stress-free, to be like soft, to be easy. It is just like it's a whole thing. It's cultural. Yeah.
It's not right.
But it's like, how do you build on that?
Well, it's not gospel.
And how do you pioneer?
We heard this years ago. This is when Andrew Scott was down in Guatemala, right? Now he's in San Antonio as a campus pastor down there. But he said, and this was so beautiful, the second you give your life to Jesus, you've already overcommitted.
Right.
You overcommitted the second you said, Jesus, I'm going your way, not my way.
Right.
You're already in over your head. You're already, you cannot give enough
Right.
go far enough.
Right.
You're already going to be stretched. You're already going to be challenged. You've already gone too far once you have seen the beauty of this glorious cross and the empty grave. And you're like, my sins are forgiven and I'm giving you my life, Jesus.
Right.
Once you take that step, you've already gone too far.
Exactly.
And when you read in the book of Acts, in the early, I talk about that book in particular in the early church, when these individuals took that step and they began to follow hard after Jesus, and persecution and difficulties came their way, the weights and the problems came their way, you do not see them running from the weight and the pressure. You don't even really see them complaining. You see them like, I can't believe I was counted worthy to suffer for the name of Jesus. I'm like, Lord, give me that kind of faith. Because right now I'd be like, dang, Lord, I feel like I've kind of been faithful here. You know, why is this coming my way?
We all fall into the mindset of like, but I'm following you. Why is it hard?
Yeah.
Anything that happens, we're like, but I'm faithful. Like, why is this hard? And I think we think, oh, I'm faithful, that means it's supposed to be easy.
When they went into the promised land in the Old Testament, and this is something that gets forgotten all the time, the promised land was occupied by other inhabitants. There were other people in their promised land. When they went into that promised land and they were scouting out the land, they're seeing like these people that look like giants. They go into the land, they have to fight to get the land.
Yeah.
It was not like they rolled out the red carpet.
We're so glad you're here.
Come on in. You can take all this ground.
Right.
If your family has been in a cycle of alcoholism, drug addiction, pornography, whatever, divorce maybe has been running in your family, whatever it is, you think it's going to be easy to break that curse? It's going to be easy to break that cycle? Now, Jesus, of course, did it all. But as we step forward into the promise that he's given us, you better be prepared to fight. And sometimes you got to fight in your own mind. You got to fight with your own family sometimes. You got to fight your own thoughts. You got to fight your own fears. But you better be ready to fight. No wonder. Take up the shield of faith with which you can quench all the fiery darts of the enemy. Put on the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness. Put on the shoes of peace, the belt of truth, have the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. We better have all of these weapons ready to move forward because this is a battle that we are in. But I want to be willing. I want to be willing to be like, okay, it's going to cost me. It's worth it. What am I waiting for?
Exactly.
What is, I'm going to live just an easy, smooth life?
But I think we talk to all the time, talk to entrepreneurs, leaders, business influencers, and nothing that's great is easy.
I haven't found
if you want to stay there with longevity.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you talk to any business leader, the business that they built, it didn't come from like the soft life and going really slow and calculating everything. It went from like putting all your chips in, putting all your money in, talking to all your friends, finding out who's going to invest with you, and waiting this like Don Shree says, the slow burn.
I had this was so
But I think that's with
fascinating.
great marriages too.
Great marriage is everything. We're sitting on a panel one time and we started talking about how everyone likes to live a boundary life, right? I want to live like, maybe I'll say it differently. We're very aware of our boundaries, right? I don't want anybody taking advantage of me. I don't want anybody, crossing my boundaries. And there was a book by a guy named Henry Cloud, and he wrote a book called Boundaries. And we were on this panel, and one of the people on the panel said, I actually talked with Henry about that. And he did not know. And again, this is all hearsay now, so if you know Henry Cloud, you can, fact check this if you want to. He didn't know that book was going to be weaponized like that. He didn't know people were going to take it and turn it into something where now they're not willing to have any commitments, not willing to enter into some relationships, willing to put up walls where they actually should be putting windows or doors. He didn't know that was going to be the outcome.
But the answer would be no to everything.
Yes.
Yeah, like I can't do that. Boundary.
I'll tell you another one. I might be stepping on a landmine here, but I'm going to do it. I do not think when the book was written, the ruthless elimination of hurry.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
My man, John Mark Comer, who I love, his teaching is phenomenal. I don't know this, but I don't know that he wanted what I hear after people choose to hear about that book or read that book.
Yeah.
I don't think he's wanting that, because his life is making a massive mark and a huge difference in people's lives. And again, we're all about Sabbath. We're all about resting. We're all about all of that.
Exactly.
So no reason just to go ahead and just hurry all around.
Right.
I think people have, again, taken that book like they've taken the book Boundaries and gone, all right, let me try to create a life that I have no pressures, no problems,
no stress.
no stress, nothing costs me anything.
Right.
And I do not, that's not even the gospel.
Right.
And that man, John Mark Comer, again, I'm not a great friend of his at all, but I know he's a gospel kingdom Jesus person. Henry Cloud's trying to help relationships get stronger.
Right.
It requires risk. And when you're talking about the person of Jesus Christ, who is the greatest leader ever, show me someone that he called higher and it didn't cost them something.
Right.
I don't see it.
No.
I see for everybody, it costs them something.
Exactly.
Now, do I think it needs to cost you all your health or
No.
cost you your marriage
or your family? No.
I'm not saying that.
It feels almost like you have to give a disclaimer.
You got to just give a disclaimer for everything. No, we're just trying to come against a little bit of the mindset that is in this world today that we're all saying, I want the next level.
Yes.
Do you?
Right.
Do you? Because do you want to eat egg whites?
Right.
No. Do you want to say no to sugar?
I mean, I like egg whites on occasion.
I feel you. But, do you want to say no to cookies? Because it's going to require you and I to say no to some things that we might say yes to.
Exactly.
Any pastor that I've respected or any theologian that I've respected over the years, when I begin to dig into their lives, I can see a life of prayer.
And they live differently.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I think God, of course, can use anyone, and you don't have to have a life of prayer, and God will still use you. And that's, he's sovereign. He can do what he wants to do. And but anybody that I'm really like, man, I want to be like you, as I begin to dig into their lives, it challenges me, because I'm like, man, I need to be willing to pray. The other day, we were on vacation, and I just wanted to watch a movie. I just wanted to watch a movie. I was like, let me just sit. The house was empty. I'm like, let me just go watch a movie. And I had this thought, Earl, go pray. And I was like, I don't really want to go pray, right now. I want to just sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And then I was doing something else, and then I'm going to go watch my movie, and then I felt that thought again. I go, you know what?
Yeah.
Holy Spirit, you're calling me to this in this moment. This movie can totally wait.
Right.
Let me go, get on my knees, spend some time with the Lord. Not to check a box.
No.
Just to draw close.
Yeah.
See how long it goes. I'm on vacation here. And it was just refreshing and beautiful. And that movie could totally wait. But you got to have those moments where sometimes it has to do with our money, has to do with our time, has to do with forgiveness, has to do with whatever, getting in our Bible, has to do with sacrificing something, has to be, we have to be willing to move forward and say no to something so we could say yes to something greater. And I think all of us want to say yes to the greatest thing, that we possibly can, which is his kingdom, his fame, his glory, his name, his honor. But it's going to require us to die.
Exactly.
To self.
Exactly. And in order, like if you have a dream, like a dream to write a book or write a song or have this many followers or start a church one day or travel and speak or travel and sing or build a company that's like touching the world, all those things require hard work. They require having mentors and leaders in your life who you want their life to look like your life to look like their life.
Yep.
It requires dying to self.
Yep.
It requires getting counseling when you need counseling. It requires sacrifice. It requires hard work. It requires surrender. It requires prayer when you want to build something godly.
Yep.
But it also requires sometimes sleepless nights, requires dealing with offense well. It requires scrubbing your heart.
All of that.
All those things are so important in order to I think you can do something fast overnight. But I think no one wants a fast overnight marriage. No one wants a fast overnight business.
That's right.
You want something that's going to stand the test of time. And when the wind and the waves come, you want to be able to be found still standing.
Yes.
But I think you can't write all that out and do the risk assessment and think there's going to be no pain, no struggle, no offense.
That's right.
And it's just going to just be like walking through daisies 24/7.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I don't want people to get taken out of what God's called them to just because it gets hard.
Yes.
But what we're not saying is, I think I just have to say this because of the people that are like overly gonna but I just have to say, if you're in a situation that requires boundaries because you're with an unhealthy person,
of course,
that's what boundaries are for.
Well, that's also why you have to be in a great church, surrounded by great leaders in your life. Have some people that you can talk to, people that you're willing to listen to, not just talk to, but listen to. Because if you have the right people in your life and you're in the right kind of soil that is healthy, then you'll have the right voices that'll go, hey, your problem is not that you're going too slow. Your problem is that you're going too fast.
Or you got your company off the ground, is successful, it's making a lot of money, but your kids look super sad and your wife or your husband never see you.
That's right.
Let's talk about this.
Exactly.
When you're planted in a healthy place, you have other leaders in your life who can spot that.
We have to have those one another's, have to have those other people that show us those blind spots.
Exactly.
Because it's not just us with the Lord, which I think that's beautiful, but God put us in community on purpose. This is a really great and important talk, and maybe we'll talk about it more another time. I have been thoroughly encouraged. Again, you're amazing. One of the greatest people that I know. I love you a ton. You're just life-giving and strong and fierce and wise, all of those things. And I can't wait. I pray that the Lord uses this to unlock some greatness that he's put on some people and in some people that's been lying dormant because we've been trying to live this convenient life when we've been called to live a life of taking up our cross for his kingdom, his glory. I think it could be fun. It could be life-giving. It could be filled with joy.
I want to say this too. We talk about Judy Brown all the time. For those of you who don't know, she's our executive pastor here at Shoreline City.
Awesome.
She's a boss. Her and Ron, we call her husband the bishop, were the first people to say yes to Shoreline City when this church was just words on paper and a dream in our heart from heaven. And she has cancer. And the way that she is living out the gospel while facing cancer, it is just stunning. Like, she could have been the first to say, I've been doing your work. I've been building your church. I raised my family. I'm an amazing grandparent, amazing pastor and leader in the church. I have cancer. I have to stop. But if you can't
she
even
wants
count,
the exact opposite.
You can't count on your fingers the amount of missions trips she goes on. You cannot count on your fingers the amount of couples and Ron mentor, develop, pour into. So I feel like she would be.
People are like, oh, I want to be like Judy.
Do you? Yeah.
This is what it requires.
Yeah,
it's
because she
yes
doesn't feel good every single day.
That's right.
She doesn't, but she still calls couples, still pours into people, still shows up at church, still leads at church, still is baptizing people. I mean, I feel like she's someone that we would read about in the Bible, but it's a great picture for us in our generation today.
Exactly.
Because she does not have a soft life. She does not have a life
not at all.
that was built on convenience.
Exactly.
Her life is actually built on surrender.
Yep,
and
I totally agree.
Picture for all of us.
That is so good.
Yeah, she would do the egg whites. That kind of level of discipline.
Right. She would. She would.
Yes.
Well,
love you guys.
Love you, honey. Love you. Everybody who's able to listen to this today. We're praying blessings on you. And that God will continue to take your life to amazing levels for his glory. Love you guys so much.
Love you.
Bye.